Yes. From LA?
No, I came all the way from Germany to see Bernie Sanders.
You came all the way from Germany to see Bernie Sanders tonight?
Yes.
Tell me more.
I honestly think that we need Bernie Sanders.
Hold on one second.
I think we need Bernie Sanders because maybe it's a unique perspective from a German, but from our side, we only see two sides, not Democrats or Republicans in the United States. It's Bernie Sanders and everybody else, because if he's going to do what he wants to do is get money out of politics, that's going to change everything, because the root of all problem is money in politics. And I think if the only way we can survive as like humanity is to go forward, and I think Bernie Sanders is the right way to go.
Well, you must have had to flee Germany because of the tyranny of healthcare and education and these things. I was in Germany in 2017, and it was amazing because I would speak with, I actually met for dinner with two people, and they didn't understand. It was like I was telling them something foreign when I explained deductibles, co-pays, all these things, because it's built in and entrenched in your life that, whatever, it's in my taxes and this is what the government does. Do you think that's because in countries like Germany, there's a different mentality with the government, that the government actually, dare I say, wants to provide for basic services?
So, yes. And the funny thing is, in Germany, Bernie Sanders would be like, not even left wing. It would be like middle of the road politician. And for us it's like the norm. It's completely normal. And we like, sometimes I switch on the American television, and then American anchors, like they talk about everybody wants to come here. But like as a German, I like the United States. I've been here many times. But I don't think I would like to live here just because of the healthcare system. Because you have to worry all the time. What if I get sick, I don't have the right healthcare, and you have like different healthcare systems.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I had two back surgeries in the last 2 years. I keep getting a fucking call from this back surgeon, and it's not the assistant's fault, but she's the one calling me. And, your insurance company just took back their payment to us, so you owe this. And I'm like, what do you mean I owe this? I have insurance. I'm paying out of the ass for this insurance, and you keep calling me to say I owe $400 or $800. And it all, to me, the more I hear, not just my story, but it just seems like a giant scam. Because what is this money going to? It's not going to actual health care. It's going to profits. And not that Germany doesn't have corruption or anything, but every country does. But it seems to me the media here has done such a good job of propagandizing to make this seem so radical, because they've developed and fed us a steady diet of low expectations.
The problem with your media is that you have all of your media in the United States has a profit motive. And like we have German-run media channels, and they don't have a profit motive, so they can just make you're on YouTube, and you can be just honest. You're not bored. You can just say whatever you want, whatever you think. That's why
those were the good old days. Now YouTube demonetizes you. They hide you so people can't see you, but theoretically,
But I know you from the time you were on TYT, and I follow TYT. I follow your channel. I follow like Secular Talk and everything, and I like to watch them because they just talk their mind, and they are not bored. They don't have to think about like, can I speak negatively about healthcare or health providers and everything. And I think that's amazing. And the media you have on television, they don't do that because they have a profit motive in the United States, and I think that's the problem.
Why is it for you, as somebody in Germany, with these things, why is it important to you to come here to support Bernie?
Like I said, I think if honestly, I don't care if you got healthcare. I mean, as a human, I want every human to be as healthy as possible. But as a German, it wouldn't matter to me. What matters to me is money in politics, because fracking, because all the wars. Like we have like a huge, like quote unquote, problem with refugees, and that happened because of the wars. Because the United States got into the Middle East, they bombed everything, and people fleeing because they want to survive. Where do they go? To Europe. If your government wouldn't be bought by the
Raytheon, Boeing.
exactly like the military-industrial complex, they wouldn't like bomb every country they can because you know what I mean. Yeah.
And last question, you see what's going on in America. You have the Democratic Party is saying, well, if Bernie doesn't get the number, we're going to try to screw him. Now you have Elizabeth Warren, who claims to be a progressive, but it's not acting that way. What does it say to you that in America, like the system here, can be so corrupt where it really isn't one person, one vote?
It's crazy. It's like the Iowa thing, I guess. Bernie got more votes than Pete Buttigieg, who dropped out. Yes. Amazing. It's crazy that the candidate with the most votes doesn't win. It's just like as a European, I can't understand it. I mean, I understand the system, but I can't understand why you guys in the United States put up with that. I think you should try everything to change it.
You calling for a yellow vest here in America?
I think no, because I don't want it to get crazy. But if they screw Bernie again, I think you should do something about it, and you shouldn't be quiet, and you should maybe march on the streets and demand that something's changing. Yeah.
What's your name again?
Chris.
Thank you, Chris. Appreciate it. Hey, Pan, so we see the posse here. We got a posse. Anybody else want to come chat? Come on over here. Oh, I love that shirt. What's your name?
My name's Caesar.
Caesar.
Pleasure to meet you. Pleasure to meet Jamal. Jen, I know you're at home. Appreciate it a lot. Me and my girlfriend are here. We're both members.
Come on.
We're both members. I just wanted to say...
wait, say that louder. You're both what?
We're both members.
Status Coup members in the house. Wonderful.
I knew you were going to be here today because of the member video.
Thank you.
And so I wanted to say, basically, all you guys at home, if you're not a member, it's only $5 a month. And I know you're spending at least $5 on Starbucks a week. Skip a Starbucks, become a member of Status Coup.
I didn't even pay them to say that. It's glorious.
I thought about that today. So
thank you. Let me ask you, wait. So, to me, I've never seen anything like this before. It's like Game of Thrones. You got Warren is like in here blocking Bernie. Pete just dropped out, probably a backroom deal with Biden or somebody. Amy's still in for some reason. What's going on here? It just seems to me, Warren claims to be progressive, but she won't get out for the action. I'm not trying to be sexist, but she didn't come in first. She came in third, fourth, and fifth. So, I mean, what is going on here? If you're Elizabeth Warren, I mean, you're basically, you are blocking him from winning the nomination on the first ballot.
I did hear, I don't know if this is true, but I did hear that Biden called up Amy Klobuchar and Elizabeth to stay in the race. I don't know.
I heard about Amy, yeah.
True, but it would be very strategic on their end, right? It would be a very political card that they're playing. I would think maybe they would be doing it because Super Tuesday is obviously around the corner. Both states that their home states are coming up, and I know that they're virtually tied. Bernie and Amy and
Amy's up, I think, by 4 or 5 in Minnesota. Warren's losing by 7 or 8. So in Massachusetts.
Yeah, I think that it would still kind of affect him, though. If they were to drop out, he would still have a better chance of possibly winning the whole state, right? So I don't know. I think that's a little weird. That that is a rumor, but I don't know if it's true. But
it just seems to me.
I wouldn't be surprised.
It just seems to me like for the first time, honestly, I can't remember somebody this progressive. I mean, McGovern never had this kind of success. Somebody this progressive is kind of like on the, 10-yard line, 5-yard line, and somebody who should be on his team. Let's put aside this isn't high school, so whatever was said in their private conversation, like who the fuck knows? I don't think he said that. Whatever. Point is, it just seems to me what she's claiming she stands for. She by what she's doing, she's stopping him from getting there.
From the beginning, almost. I mean, As soon as she started coming on the scene as Pocahontas, and then you look in and find out she was a Republican, it just from the beginning she was flopping. I don't understand how you can take anything from her as truth.
And you know, it's unbelievable to me, the double standard, because Joe Biden, literally for a week, was saying he was arrested in apartheid South Africa. He has lied dozens of times about participating in civil rights sit-ins. Nobody asked him about it during the debate. He does a town hall. Nobody asked him about it. CNN asked him about it. It's like, you know, you're worried to ask mom or dad something. Very weak. He lied. Oh, I was stopped. I wasn't arrested. They don't challenge him. And like you said, listen, I never fixated on the Native American thing because I think there's plenty of other stuff to cover. But she never really got hit on that. But in the Democratic primary, if Bernie lied about what he had for breakfast, can you imagine? It's really sad, because if the Democratic Party really objectively was looking, look at these crowds. Look at the diversity. I mean, this is how you would beat somebody like Trump, but maybe they don't want to beat him.
They'd rather show an empty podium, right?
So true. Status Coup members with the one-liners. I love it. Tell me what's on the line for you guys. If you became the nominee, if you became president, how would your life be affected? What's the policies that really attract you?
Everything. I mean, Medicare for all, the free school. I mean, it's not about, you know, free stuff. I mean, it's about everything. It's about everybody. It's not about me.
Yeah.
Not me, us.
Right.
Us, yeah, exactly. I don't know, like, I guess one of my goals in life is to buy a home, and we've been renting for like 6 years. So I think, you know, having a higher wage and having Medicare for free, but not really for free. We're paying premium for that. A lot of people like to say, oh yeah, you want free stuff, but we're just going to be saving a lot more than what
I actually think Bernie made a mistake this whole time. He should have called it a tax cut, because that's what it is. It's not free. Right now, if you work for a company, you get something taken out for Medicare, right? So all he's talking about is what you're getting taken out for Medicare. That's going to go up, I don't know, 3 or 4%. And you're going to get rid of the copays, deductibles, all that. So I'm saying just bring out a whiteboard. Here's what you're paying right now. Here's what you would be paying. Do an arrow up, an arrow down. It's very simple. The American people are not that smart, unfortunately. I see it all over the place. So I think he should have described it as a tax cut. There's still time. But I think that's so true, because honestly, he's not offering, nothing he's talking about is free. It's stuff you would pay in taxes. Right. And, you know, I think he was talking about it today, but, you know, we bailed out Wall Street in 24 hours.
Literally.
But this is radical. I think that says a lot. Say your names again.
Cesar Brito.
Alexis Torres.
Thank you for supporting me and Status Coup. Really appreciate it.
We watch
Thank you.
literally every day.
Oh, thank you so much.
That sounds weird. That sounds creepy, but we literally watch you.
I work every day, so I'm glad it's working. Thank you so much. Thank you. Appreciate it. You know, to me, something that's really interesting here, usually you don't have a national primary with 14 states like 3 days after South Carolina. So basically, I was just there, South Carolina last night. Biden wins big, but I don't really know if it's going to have that big of a difference, because California so many people have already voted here. Same thing in Texas, same thing in other states. Do you think Biden's going to get enough of a bounce out of South Carolina for it to matter?
Well, I was worried that he will. Like when I saw his win, it's pretty big. I was like, wow, like it could give him a lot of momentum. But like then, like thinking about like what you were saying, like a lot of people already voted, and it's like almost it's going to be 2 days after the primaries when we have Super Tuesday. So like, and Bernie has had all the momentum for a while, a long time now. So I mean, maybe it'll do a little bit. I don't think it'll do much.
You know, Biden, there's Bernie. Biden is now starting with these sentences. Nobody wants a revolution. They want results. And he's trying to make what Bernie's describing sound kind of, you know, radical, blah, 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 blah. What do you think about that? That, you know, the country hasn't lost their mind. We don't need a revolution. We just need, quote unquote, results.
Well, you know, I do think about that question a lot, like how to answer it, because I volunteer also. And I think like there's a lot of people in Congress who have gotten a lot of stuff done, but has it improved our country at all? Like,
Yeah, they've gotten great stuff done, like sending our jobs to other countries, wars, tax cuts for the rich.
done whatever it is. Vote for a typical politician who does the typical political like bribery and all that stuff. If you just want whatever stuff done for whatever reason, just doesn't matter what, it was good or bad. That's not a good like way to pick a candidate, but perhaps Bernie is not the one that's done like passed the most of his own bills, but he's done like a lot of like things that don't get a lot of attention, like what do you call it, amendments, and he does things like outside of politics, like outside of his job as a senator. He uses his influence, like with Amazon, like what he did with Amazon, like basically shaming them and he got them to raise their minimum wage, and also other corporations. Yeah, I think having him in president, like he'll do a lot more. Obviously, he'll have more power.
What's your name?
Max.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed that last video. Hop on over to statuscoup.com where you can sign up for our email list and become a member for as low as $5 to $10 a month. Membership is how we grow. That's statuscoup.com/join. And remember, join our email list so we can grow the revolution with you.